just wouldn't talk to me for like 2 weeks. And even if we were in the same house, even if we passed each other in like the hallway or in the kitchen, we didn't talk to each other, or we didn't even look at each other. And it felt like I had a stranger in my house. And then I always like isolate myself in my room, and they always get mad at me. Like, why don't you want to spend time downstairs with us? It's because I don't really know the people I'm living with.
My dad served for 24 years in the Navy.
He's been in the Marines for 28 years.
He was in the Navy for, I think, 20 years.
It depends, because it's not really the same for everyone, but for me, I didn't really get to see my dad a lot.
And I remember being in elementary school, he would be deployed for months at a time. I remember one time was 9 months, and then...
It definitely got harder to talk to him after he came back.
Because I wanted my dad around, but I couldn't have him around. He just always would stay for like a short amount of time and then leave again.
I knew he couldn't stay, or like the times that he was at home wouldn't last.
Even when he was still around, he was like busy at the time.
So there was this like sort of like barrier between all of us, and we only viewed him as like someone who would just come home every day and yell at us and go upstairs, and that's it. I think his struggle is just not being around with us. Like with my younger siblings, he hasn't really been there for most of their lives.
I think I got used to him not being there. That I don't even remember if he was there or not.
And so he struggles with spending time with them and seeing them grow up, and I kind of feel that resistance when he's around us now.
He just missed a lot of experiences that I can't relive and share with him.
Yeah, I remember, like, my parents, they would get in fights a lot, you know, for their, like, own thing and their own reasons. But my brother was always there. He would, like, take care of me because I was so young. He'd just take me away from what was going on, and he'd, like, oh, you want to play video games? You want to, like, listen to music? You want to, like, play with Pokemon cards? Yeah, so that's what I remember. He'd always take care of me.
I have brothers, too, and they're twins. So they're 4 years old now, and then my sister is 6, you know.
There's a lot of expectations when having to look after them. I think it's more difficult because they hold me to a higher standard into like teaching them and like helping them grow up too, just because my mom isn't there to help because she's working and my dad's always gone. So typically they expect all of us to be in shape, and that's like a lot of pressure on me. I do think it's kind of unfair. It doesn't let me like live like how like teenagers should. I feel like I'm already a mom at this age, having to like stay with them and like clean up after them all the time, and it just kind of sucks, you know? Some of the personal challenges that I have because my dad is in the military is just
The discipline that he brought home.
he's very strict.
Emotionally detached,
He's getting kind of old, so he's like one of those grumpy old men once in a while.
but he's also like
A mess.
a stress case.
We either talk because I need something, or he needs something from me, or if we're fighting.
Marine mentality, you know, how they want everything in order, they want everything in like perfect structure, and his expectation for cleanliness is like everything has to be like sparkling. Like one crumb on the table is like not good enough, and he'll like go off about that.
Yeah, it's like even the littlest things he like yells.
As a kid, it's very difficult to grow with because, you know, we're still growing, we don't know a lot of things, and I guess just him bringing his work back to us really like builds up some insecurity about how we're not capable of doing things, like how difficult it is just to be around us, and it's kind of like
Frustrating because he thinks he like knows everything that's going on at home.
I don't act the same way as I do before. I'm just a different person. And he doesn't get to see that.
I feel like I've told him everything that I've wanted to say.
it was more of me coming to him as a daughter and just wondering why he's very like strict with us. And like I came to him just telling him how hard it is just to be able to live in that kind of household, and how hurtful it is for me just to hear a lot of those things, especially when I'm trying to grow up. And his perspective came through, and he basically just told me how it's not really his fault that he's like this, it's the job. And I know he puts a lot of effort into his work, so I can see that, you know, he's a very hardworking person. But he said he can't really help how he gets set off quickly, and that he wants to try and be able to spend time with us more to like understand us as a family and try to build that relationship.
My dad became really, I don't know, more understanding. He wanted to talk to me about things. He really wanted to know like what was wrong.
Sometimes the strictness could go overboard to where like we can't really do anything, but it does discipline us and like turn us into better people.
He kind of taught me how to take things more seriously, and that, you know, you got to be aware of your surroundings.
Learning to adjust to a situation quickly, whether it be moving to a different state or a different country, and just being able to adjust quickly to that and be able to hold up on your own.
He's done what he can, you know, or he's done what he thinks is best and stuff like that.
If I had the chance to speak to him one final time, I would definitely thank him just for giving me those like years of like hard experience, you know, like it wasn't fun, but it kind of helped me.
When I do move out of my parents' house, so that I'll be able to like adapt to a community and to like people, because I know how to do that with just my friend group. So I feel like it could help me when I do move out next year and like have to settle into one place and then learn how to regroup.
He's there for me. He is.
I know what he's done for me and for my family, so
I appreciate and I'm grateful for everything he's done for me. And I'll be able to repay him in the future.
Let the kids off, you know, like give them a better childhood than the one that I had, and just make sure that he spends more time with them.
I know you're stressed, and I know, you know, all that. I know what you've been through is hard, and I know that what I put you through is hard, because I'm not exactly an easy daughter to take care of. So I remember just saying thank you for everything, and thank you for being my dad. Is it going?
Yeah.
I took a funny video.
Alright.
Hi, I'm Leilani, and okay, wait, hold up. I don't understand.
Sorry. Sorry. Did it fix it?
that was like the prime time of my life. I can tell this is written by you.